Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Dan Cassette with another Pilates session for you. So let's start in a nice parallel, feet right underneath your hip bones. And I want you to imagine a string that has you at the top vertebrae, right at the atlas axis joint under the skull, lifting you up long and tall. And imagine a weight at the bottom of your spine, just taking the tailbone down. So you're beginning already to open up and decompress the spine. I want you to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Fill the lower lobes of the lungs and let it go. Breathe in deeply and let the air go. Breathe and let the rib cage expand to the side, so we're not lifting our shoulders, we're not letting the belly expand. Exhale. Start now to feel that the abs are warming up and they're holding you just secure around your middle. They're not going to inflate as the rib cage opens and closes. One more. And exhale. Now then, I want you to allow the head to fall forward. So the chin's going to drop to the chest. Feel a lengthening between the back of the skull and the bottom vertebrae. So you're opening up already. You're growing longer over the arc of the back. I want you to now let the weight of the torso begin to peel you sequentially forward in one vertebrae at a time. You're going to hang over towards the floor. As you get towards your lower back, you can soften your knees. Now go ahead and bend those knees so the tailbone comes all the way down. You're into a nice crouch. Your head is relaxed on your spine. Exhale. Feel the abs wrap around your belly and roll you back up. You're going to line up your tailbone over the arches of your feet and come up lumbar, thoracic spine, cervical spine, and then the head arrives at the top. Still nice and spacious between each vertebrae. Breathe in. Feel your abs holding you firm, but breathing comfortably in the torso as you allow the chin to drop, the neck to relax, the shoulders to go, the spine to release, and all the way down. Soften your knees, easy on the lower back, but a gentle hamstring stretch. Then once you're in the crouch, knees bent, lift your belly up and roll back up through the vertebrae right to the top. Just warming up the spine, getting the oxygen into the blood. Two more, guys. Down, head, neck, shoulders, middle back, lower back, bent knees, little crouch, lift your abs up, roll up tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back, neck, head. Last time. Head, neck, shoulders, middle back, lower back, bend. Lift your belly, come up, tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back, neck, head. From here, take a little bit of a wider stance. I want you to take your left hand, so you can mirror the screen, and reach all the way over the top. Just allow your body to relax to the side. Feel a little support from this oblique. The belly muscles are lifted up and in. You're not going to let the ribs explode, so keep the ribs connected with your upper abs. Swing down, hands over knees, and a gentle curve to your back, head relaxed on the spine, tailbone relaxed down. Lift the belly up and rise to standing. And we'll get the other side. Reach with your right hand over the top. Keeping the oblique lifted, the abs firm across the center so your ribs and your spine don't go out of placement. Swing down, roll up. Reach again, first side. Belly lifted to connect your front side. Swing down, hands to the knees, roll up, and reach. Just keep breathing. Make sure you've got that flow of oxygen, helping the body relax and the mind to focus. Roll up. Good. From here, shoot your tailbone and fingertips to the wall behind you. So you're going to hinge into a flat back from the hinge of the hips, guys. If you only make it to a diagonal, that's fine as long as your back is flat. If you can go all the way to a 90-degree fold, that's okay too. But I want you to keep that your spine is supported from the abs and there's no bend here. Now, we're going to purposefully bend the knees, which is going to drop the sacrum tailbone. Let the spine relax into a curve and roll back up gently. We're going to go again. Flat back fold. Now, watch my alignment here. Don't let your bum hinge backwards of your heels. I want you to stay alive over the front of the feet, belly lifted to support you so that the back and the hamstrings don't do all the work, but you're in a better alignment. Now, you're gonna bend your knees and drop the tail, drop your torso, roll back up. Let's do 2 more. Fold to the front, deep breath, but neck and shoulders relaxed. Bend the knees, curve, now roll up. Once more, fold to the front, belly lifted though, weight over the toes. Bend the knees, drop the torso, roll up. Open up your hips to an outward angle so the toes and knees are going out complementary. So the knees will go over the foot here. And I want us to just loosen up the hip joints. So if you can see almost a circular shape as the pelvis drops down, moves over, and comes back around to the front, or center, I mean. I want you to just find a nice easy circle. Let that begin to loosen up the hips, the back, and the bum. But don't go down so low that your pelvic lumbar alignment begins to shift. So none of this. Keep it neutral and keep it level. As you warm up, you may find that you're able to go deeper into that circle without changing your skeletal alignment. But your abs are gonna have to hold that pelvis in place, so don't let the abs fall away. Keep them pulled up, almost like stretchy trousers, right to your ribs. Now that you've loosened up, let's go for a long lateral lean, reach. One knee is bent. Keep your abs lifting you and flip your skeleton, hip bones and shoulders facing the floor. 2, take a big breath. Drop down, hands to the floor or hands on the knee. 3, try to leave your hands here and your head relaxed, but you're gonna shift your bum away from your hands, so bend the opposite knee. 4, travel back towards this foot. 5, and we're replacing each step of the exercise as we go. Lift your belly and come back up. 6, you're in your flat back. Hand can be on the knee if you need additional support. Rotate to face the front. 7, so now your skeleton is squared off to your front orientation, and rise. 8. Let's go to the other side. Long lateral over this leg. 1, the abs and obliques have you firm. You're gonna flip your skeleton. 2, take a breath here. Now relax the spine, dropping down. 3, keep breathing as you shift your bum away from your hands, bend the far knee, but don't let that knee collapse in. No jazz dancing. I want the knee to still track over your toes of the back leg. Now, travel back. This is 5. Take a breath, lift your belly muscles so the abdominals are supporting your trunk. Reach out. 6, face the front. 7, and rise to standing. 8, let's go a little faster. Reach 1, flip 2, drop down, relax the spine. 3, shift. 4, keep breathing even in these long stretches. 5, lift the belly. 6, face the front. 7, open up. 8, repeat on the second side. 2, 3, shift your weight. 4, travel back. 5, abs activate, flat back. 6, face the front. 7, rise. 8, because it's good for us. 1 more set. Rotate. Drop down. Shift away. Keep breathing. Shift back. Flat back. Rotate. And rise. Last side. 1. Rotate. 2. Drop down. 3. Try to relax the head. Shift away. 4. Shift back. 5. Flat back. 6. Face the front. 7. Rise. 8. Good. Soften the knees. Step up to neutral. Get your feet right underneath you in parallel once again. Just want us to prance or tread in place. Arch one foot and arch the other. Keep your weight over your toes. Try to rely more on the big toe than on the little toes to the outside. That's going to protect your ankle alignment. See if you can rise all the way up in between. So you're rising onto high tiptoes Each time, it's going to activate more of your calves while helping the arch of the foot to support your action. Good. Now from here, I want you to just step to a little bit wider stance. And we're going to do another circle, but this one is on calf raise. So you're going to shift to the, for you it's the right foot, rise up on 10 toes, but mostly over the big toes. Push all the way over to the left foot, so the left calf is doing the majority of the work. Descend and come center. Change and send your pelvis over the left. Rise up on 10 toes. So I can use both calves, but it's primarily this leg that's working. I travel over. Now it's the other leg. I descend. I come home. Let's do a few more circles. Over. Rise on one calf. Switch. Descend on the other. Center it. Shift, rise, travel over the top of the circle, come down and neutral and shift. Rise, travel over, down and neutral. Last one, shift, rise, over, all the way and neutral. Good. Hands over the knees, curve the back and round your body. Relax the tailbone, relax the head. Roll back up. Good. Make sure there's room behind you on your mat, and we're going to come down to seated, so you can crouch, take a hand down if you need to, and just move to the floor. With your hands on your knees, I want you to sit up nice and tall. So feel your abs engage in, but they're going to help you lift up. You can pull with your arms, so your biceps are giving you a little support. But I want you to keep the collarbone open. No collapsing or tensing the chest. Nice and broad across the clavicle, and I want you to press your sternum forward so you're sitting up straight, strengthening your spinal erectors. Now, feel the abdominal muscles pull in towards your spine, away from your legs. Try to create a gap there. Let that activation deepen so the hip bones fall backwards into a posterior tilt. You're ending up stretching your lower back. I'll get a little sympathy curve out of my torso sternum region, but I'm not going to overdo it and hunch my upper back. Then I want to just rise to neutral. So pull with your biceps and open your collarbone. Here we go. Pull the belly in, create a gap between your abdominal muscles and your legs. Let the hips fall backwards, a posterior tilt of the pelvis. Nice lower back curve. Inhale and rise up. And let's repeat, just mobilizing the lower back here. Abs activate deep, lumbar curve. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, pull the belly deep, lumbar stretch. Pull with your arms, open the chest, press the sternum forward. And exhale, pull the belly in. Inhale, rise up. One more. Exhale, pull the belly in. Inhale, rise up. Good. Hug under your legs, drop your nose and chin forward, and just relax your body. Let the head just fall between the knees, or as close as it'll get. Then I want you to come right back up to seated. Pull the belly deep and round your spine. So again, a posterior tilt. You can catch your legs and help lower yourself down if you need to. And make sure that you have enough space to get all the way down. And place your palms on the mat beside you. Feet planted, hips distance apart. We're going to go for an imprint and then a pelvic bridge, but it's going to look like this. The abs are going to flatten and the hips are going to drop again. So it's like you're trying to pull your abs away from your legs like you did seated, and you're into your imprint, so your lower back is printed on the mat. You can push with a little bit of your hands, push with a little bit of your feet into the floor to tuck your tail between your legs and begin to rise up. Tailbone, lower back, middle back, and right to the base of the shoulder blades. Keep the shoulders wide, the collarbone open, but the pubic bone is trying to curl around towards your nose because your abs are engaged so deep, and you're engaging your bum, so it's nice and active there to keep the tail tucked between the legs. Breathe in and roll back down. Exhale. Shoulders, middle back, lower back, tailbone. Should feel good on the spinal column. All the way down to neutral. So now you can have a little gap between your lumbar and the floor. Repeat. The abs activate. It's your transversus abdominis. Your hip bones rock backwards or down, posterior tilt, lumbar to the spine. Push with your feet. Push with your bum. Bring that pubic bone up towards the ceiling, but feel like you're trying to curl it over the hip bones towards your nose. Breath in and roll back down. Shoulders, middle back, lower back, tailbone. 2 more like this. Abs engage. Imprint, roll up, tailbone, lower back, middle back, pelvic curl. Roll down. And inhale, exhale, belly to spine. Roll up into a pelvic curl. Exhale, roll down. Okay, neutral spine is fine here so that you've got that gap again. But I want you to feel your abs engage to compress and quiet your ribs, hold your pelvic region steady, and lift one leg to a tabletop. So a right angle from the hip socket and a right angle at the knee. The abs are gonna press down as you exhale a second time. Bring the second leg up to meet the first. Open your arms to a T. Now, we're gonna rotate. Let's go to the right. Lift your left hip bone so the legs can tilt, and you're gonna let your waist spiral, but keep your shoulders on the floor. Feel the abs pull back, flat across the belly, so your back and your bum don't try to compensate. Change sides. Rotate to the left. So the right hip bone's gonna have to elevate away from the floor. Try to keep the length of the legs even so one knee isn't sliding out further than the other. Use your exhale and your abdominals to come home to center. Change again. So this is called a spine twist supine. You're rotating across. The belly comes flat. You come home to center, just rolling across the sacrum comfortably. And rotate. And really push forward with that right hip so that the knees can stay the same length and abs press down to bring you home. Let's do one more each side. Rotate. Lifting this hip, keep the knees the same length, pull the abdominals down and in to return you without any back tension, and change one final time. Exhale. Activate those abs. Bring the legs in. Keep the legs at tabletop for me. Clasp the hands behind the bulge of the spine, fingers laced. Don't let your elbows drop from view. That pinches your shoulder blades in the back, but don't fold them too close. That's a bit of cheating, and it also collapses your collarbone. I want your elbows just visible at your peripheral. Press the abs down as you exhale so you can lift your chest. Try to get your shoulder blades off the floor. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale, exhale rise. Belly flat, chest lifted. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale, exhale rise. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale, exhale rise. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale, exhale rise. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Keep the ab muscles pressing flat. Try not to let the knees move. Try not to lie down on your side or your shoulder blade so the abs are really activated deep. Come center, roll down chest, neck, head. Walk one foot down, walk the other foot down, and rest. You can take your hands out, put them down beside you for a moment. Stretch out your left leg nice and long. Bring your right knee up to the sky. Now, I want you to just extend that leg. See if you can get that leg as straight as possible. Flex the foot, point the foot, bend the leg. We're going to do that 3 more times. Extend, flex, point, bend. Extend, flex the foot, point the foot, bend. Get the leg as straight as it goes. It doesn't have to get all the way straight with the other leg down on the floor. Point and bend. So as long as this leg on the floor is straight, that's your main objective, but I want you to start activating your quad and your hamstring. Here we go, left leg. up into the air, stretch, flex, point, bend. This is an extension of the knee, a dorsiflexion of the foot, plantar flexion of the foot, and flexion of the knee. Extend, flex, point, bend, extend, flex, point, bend. Put that leg down. All right. Again, feel the abs flatten and control a neutral center. So it's okay to have that natural lumbar gap between you and the floor. The pelvic bone's not going to move. The spine is not going to move. As you bring up your right knee again, stretch that leg to the sky and flex the foot. Palms can press down. The foot comes across you guys, and then exhale, swing it around. Exhale, across, down, out, and around. And again, and again, and again, and again. Change direction. Don't let the hip bones wobble. It's okay if you do a smaller leg circle as long as you can stabilize your center. So you can push down with the long heel, you can push down with your hands, but especially push down with the abs to stabilize your pelvic lumbar region. Bend that leg, put it down, and we'll get the other one. Bringing up the left knee. Nice and long leg, flex the foot. Again, if the knee doesn't make it all the way to the straight, that's fine, but I want you to begin working towards that direction. Abs press flat as you bring the foot across your center line. Now swing down, out, and around. Down, out, and around. Round, 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 round. Change direction. Keep going. You might find one hip allows you to make bigger circles than the other based on the comfortability of the joint. But I want you to get as much mobility as you can out of both and hold your pelvis steady. Bend that knee now, put down the leg, and have a little rest. You can shake out your legs. Walk both legs up towards you now and just grab hold with your hands. Give them a nice hug. Relax your lower back into the floor and let your hamstrings and bum get a nice little stretch. All right, now, similar to before, your abs are going to press down and your chest is going to come up. You can hold on to the knees. In fact, push the knees into your hands so they go back to that tabletop position. Hold on tight with your biceps to really try to lift your chest off the floor so my abs are engaged deep and my hands are helping. Now, I don't want my torso to fall back, but I'm going to stretch out both legs and both arms. Inhale, exhale, and catch myself back where I was. Inhale, exhale, in, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's do two more. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Hold onto the knees, transfer your hands to one knee and stretch the other leg out. Try to have the heels on the same line. And change. Change. Keep holding on tight. Keep that chest off the floor. The shoulder blades are not touching down. The abs are compressing flat, and you're taking your single leg stretch. Keep going. Catch both knees. Lie your torso down. Let the legs collapse to the chest, and rest. Good. From here, holding on with both hands, I want you to pick a knee, stretch out the other leg, and roll yourself up to seated. Let's just turn to face the camera now. Legs extended along the floor. I want you to bring the legs together, but flex your toes up. Feel the belly muscles pulling up from the pelvic floor right to the ribs, so they're helping you sit up straight. I don't want any slouchy lower backs. Really try to right to the pelvis, bring it up, pull the belly up, and press your sternum forward so you're opening your collarbone to a nice tall seated position. Palms up, arms open. You're going to exhale and keep the belly muscles pulling flat and deep as you rotate right Exhale, pulse a little further. Center and left. Exhale, pulse. Center, right. Pulse, center, left. Pulse, center, right. Pulse, center. Try not to grip with the back. Use the abs. 2 more. Right. Pulse and left. Pulse. Relax. Hands down. Fold the legs in and just take a comfortable cross-legged sit. From here, I want you to do another roll down like we were standing. You're going to drop your nose and chin, lengthen the back of the neck, and fall forward from the weight of the cranium, peeling the spine over, and just take a little gentle bow towards the floor. Let the weight of your head, neck, and torso hang you over. If it's more comfortable for your hands, you can take your hands to the floor in front of you. That's fine. I want you to take another deep breath in. Really relax the bum and back, but pull the belly muscles up away from the floor. And then use that support to roll back up. Lumbar, thoracic spine, cervical spine, cranium. Inhale, drop forward, head, neck, chest. You can let your hands go if that's helpful. Folding over, just relax your bum. Let your tailbone stay down, your sit bones seated on the mat. But really hang over and let gravity have your head. Take a deep breath at the bottom. As you exhale, pull the belly up. And roll back up through the spine. Lumbar, thoracic spine, cervical spine, head. Good. From here, guys, I want us to just fall to one elbow. So you can go to your right if you want to mirror me. Take your legs out straight away from you, but stack them. And not in front of you. Let them be in line. Knees, hips, shoulder blade, ear, okay? Don't collapse. Pull down with the lat to support the shoulder. Lift up with the serratus muscles around the ribs and the obliques from the side. And we're going to lift to a T formation. Exhale and press the hips higher and let the hand fall so you look a little bit like a human arc or rainbow. And you can just rotate the nose, but don't change the chest. No falling forward with the rib cage. Come back to your T formation. Lower the hip to tap the floor and then float right back up to T. Arc. T. Tap. T. Arc. T. Tap. T. Arc. T. Tap. T. Arc. T. Tap. Set that hip down. Tuck your knees round to the front. And I want us to just switch the legs and hop to the other side. Melting down to the elbow. Stacking the knees, knees in line with the hips, the shoulders, the ear. Pull the lat into place to support your shoulder blade. Lift the obliques and the serratus. Feel the belly connected. No back tension here. This is about your obliques really lifting your sides and supporting through the shoulder girdle. You're going to lift up to the T. Arc the hips past T and let that arm fall. And a gentle rotation of the nose only. So you're not going to change your shoulders or rib cage. Come down to the T and lower to tap and lift. Arc. T. Tap. Lift. Arc. T. Tap. Lift. Arc. T. Tap. Lift. Arc. T. Tap. Lift. Arc. T. Let's do one more. And a lift. Arc. T. And tap. Settle down to the floor there. Bring your knees round to the front. Let the knees fall open, but the bottoms of the feet are touching here. Another roll down, head, neck, shoulders. This time let the hands just slide down the legs towards the ankles. Don't let your elbows drop in like Tyrannosaurus Rex. I want to keep the elbows outside the knees so they're not in your way, and you can just hang over towards the floor. Let the top of your head fall towards your ankles as though if you had long hair, you want it to dangle to your feet. Then breathe deeply and relax. Breathe deeply again. Lift your belly. Roll up to seated. Good. And now let's just maneuver around on our mat. I want to put our hands down, take our knees underneath us. So you're into a nice quadrupedal position. And I just want to do a cat back. Pull the belly up, let the lumbar curve to the sky. You can widen your collarbone, but allow your head to just gently relax with the curve of the spine. Come to flat in the lower back. Now, don't change your lower back. Lift your upper back. I want you to open your chest without cranking the neck. It's not a cervical spine exercise, it's a thoracic spine extension. Neutral. Pull the belly up, lumbar curve. Neutral lumbar. Lift the thoracic spine. Keep the chest wide though. Don't collapse the collarbone. Neutral. And lumbar curve. Abs activated deep to facilitate that. Neutral. Thoracic arc. Neutral. Abs activate, lumbar curve. Neutral. Thoracic spine. And neutral. Stay here for one moment. Step out to the ball of the foot on one leg. Don't lift your pelvis, keep it neutral, but feel the belly supporting your center so the hip bones don't drop and they don't rise. Step out the other leg. Stay here for a moment. Then bring your right knee in to skim the floor and skim back out. Left knee, skim the floor, skim back out. Right, in, out. If you're not skimming the floor, it meant you picked your tailbone up too high. So see if you can find that level place. If that's too much, just hold the plank for a moment and just try to stay level with 2 feet planted. All right, walk in one knee, everyone. Bring down the second knee. Shift to your bum. Let your elbows and hands bury down into the floor. Relax your head and bow over. Take 2 deep breaths and relax your back and shoulders. Then I want you to roll on up to kneeling. And thank you very much. That's Pilates. I'm Dan Cassette. Hopefully see you again at the Sports Center.